Hey everyone, it's Cher and this is Share and Tell. In this video, I'll be giving you 5 tips on how to be balanced as a teacher. So stay tuned. Okay, so whether you're new to teaching or you're already in teaching, you know that this job can definitely take over your life. And so if you're not careful, you're going to be burnt out so early in the school year, and you're going to be one of those teachers that's going to end up hating going to work every single day because you are not living balanced. This job is not easy. I say that all the time. So it's so important for us to do our part so that we are not going crazy and losing our mind every single day. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get into this list. But first, you already know, I got to get my glasses and we will get started. Okay. So number 1, this is a big one, especially for new teachers. You must accept that you cannot save them all. You can't save them all, okay? This is not Pokemon. You cannot catch them all, okay? And what I mean by this is a lot of us come into this profession with the long superhero cape thinking that we are going to be the ones to save all these children, to save all these kids, these teenagers, whatever age group you're working with. We really believe that. And so because we believe that, we are killing ourselves trying to reach every single one of these students. We want to save every single one of them. And the reality is you can't. You cannot, okay? You're going to always have those kids that's just not going to get it. There's just not going to it's just not going to click. Whatever, no matter what you do, no matter how many conversations, no matter how many provisions you make, no matter how many phone calls you make at home, no matter what you do, no matter how many meetings, there are just some kids that you will never be able to get the results that you would like to get with these with certain kids. It's just not going to happen. So once you accept that, you take a huge burden off of yourself and you just go in and do your best. And a lot of times these kids that we feel like, oh, we haven't reached, a lot of times it sits on our conscience and we're like, man, should I have done more? I should have done more. What, could I have done something differently? And, if you felt like you honestly did your best, then you did your job. If you could say that you did your best, you did your job. Only you know what your best is. Okay. So, you can't save them all. Let that go, and that will help you definitely be balancing your job. I know when I started, I really believed that, I had to save all these kids, and it's not going to happen. All right. It's just not going to happen. Number 2, set limits for yourself. You must set limits for yourself. So if you say, all right, I need to be out of here by 4 o'clock today, be out of there by 4 o'clock. Don't turn it into 4:01, 4:02. Be out of there by 4 o'clock. If you're the type of teacher that you're like, I don't want any interaction with my students or parents on the weekends, okay, then stick to that. All right, stick to that, and they need to respect that. It's the weekend, and you're not picking up for anybody. You're not talking to anybody. It's the weekend, okay? Now, depending on the school system, I know some schools want teachers to be available on the weekends. I think especially charter schools too. So that's definitely, that's something that you gotta look at the bigger picture and see if it makes sense for you to not to talk to parents on the weekend. But I'm just giving you an example of something that you could do. If you're the type of teacher that's like, after 6 p.m. I'm not talking to any parents, then stick to that. Me personally, on Class Dojo, I have a quiet hours set. So during certain hours, I will not receive any notifications from Class Dojo. I don't want to talk to parents after a certain hour. I need my life. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I don't care about the kids or I don't care about the parents, but I need my own time. And so that's what school hours are for. They can contact you during school hours. And if for some reason they can't get in touch with you during school hours, then that's what notes are for. You have to teach people how to treat you as a professional, because that is what you are. So please set limits for yourself. All right. If you want your lunchtime for yourself, I don't even know why I said that. That's not happening. But yes, please set limits for yourself and stick to them. Number 3, delegate. Please Do not be afraid to have somebody else do something for you. And I know a lot of us teachers, we have a perfectionist gene. It's so bad. We want everything to be so perfect. You have to accept that everything won't be perfect. Because we want to do everything, because we want everything to be perfect, we want to do everything on our own because we feel like we're the only one who could really get this to look good or look perfect. You have to let that go. Let it go. Let it go now. All right. Do like Elsa, just let it go. Just let it go. So you have students, depending on the ages of your kids, you can get a lot of help from them. I have 5th graders. They help me with a lot. Okay. That's one huge advantage of having this age group. They can help with a lot of things. And I have no problem delegating to them. Also other adults who might come into your classroom, if you have that kind of relationship, you can ask them, hey, can you help me out with this or help me out with that? That's something that will definitely take a lot off of you and help you be more balanced in this job. Stop looking for perfection. Just because they didn't staple it the way you would have, or they didn't write it in the same perfect handwriting that you have, okay, doesn't mean that the job is not done. All right. Unless it's something, that is exclusive for the teacher to do, that the teacher must do. Don't be afraid to delegate to people. Seriously. Number 4, take advantage of technology. So I'm learning this still because when I was in school, we didn't have all the technology that we have now. So as a teacher, I was intimidated to use certain things, certain programs, certain softwares, all this other stuff because, I didn't grow up with it. So I wasn't sure how to use it in a classroom. But once I learned how to use certain things, oh my goodness, I tell you, make my life so much easier, especially this year because we had to do distance learning. I had to use Google Classroom more, and I learned so much about Google Classroom, just Google Suite, period. Google Classroom, Google Forms really came in handy for me during this distance learning. So now I know that I can use these things to make my life easier once we get back into the classroom. So for example, Google Forms, I was using it to put in assignments, and then I just already put the answers in. And once the kids submit their answers, it grades it for me. And all I gotta do is go back and get the grade. Perfect. I don't have to sit there combing through every single response, making sure it's correct. I don't have to do that. So make good use of technology. It'll make your life so much easier. You can ask somebody to help you if you're not tech savvy, or just play with it. Just click around and, figure things out. You might need to take an extra 30 minutes after school to play around with some technology. And you know what? If you have kids that are old enough, if you have students that are old enough, who are old enough, they can help you. They'll teach you, and they'll be more than happy. You tell those kids, I don't understand how to use it. They'll be quick to jump up. Oh, I can help you. I can help you. And even if it's something they've never seen before, they will figure it out because they love technology and they love an opportunity to problem solve, and they love an opportunity to contribute. So your students can definitely help you take advantage of the technology, make your life easier. And last but not least, number 5, take time off. Do not be afraid to take time off. Don't feel guilty for taking time off. Those kids will be fine. All right. They will be fine. They will be just fine. They were fine before you came along. They'll be fine after you. So they will be fine. All right. If you take a day or a couple days off. And another thing is, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty because a lot of parents send their kids to school because they don't want to deal with their 1 or 2. So why would you feel bad because you're trying to take a break from your 50 kids? All right. Don't feel bad about that. And, some teachers get nervous about taking off because that means that, they don't know what their classroom is going to look like when they get back. If you have that kind of crowd at your school, lock stuff up, pack stuff up, do what you got to do so that when you come back to class, your stuff you don't have to worry about things missing. You don't have to worry about things being broken. Just take your stuff with you so you don't have to worry about all of that. All right. But other than that, please take time off. You deserve it. You're working hard. Don't be afraid to take your time off. All righty. And those are my 5 ways on how to be balanced as a teacher. Please, let's get this discussion going. Any other suggestions, tips for our new teachers or even current teachers in the field? What would you suggest? I would love to read your comments below. Of course, I thank you so much for watching. Please give me a like, comment, and subscription. And of course, I will see you in the next video. Bye.